bringing you in a brand new video, and today the ban list is officially been dropped. Well, as officially as in it's active. So I kind of wanted to start light with the lab theory crafting today and just go with something that is very simple and didn't really change all that much. We're going to be discussing a Black Garden Crusadia, and I'm going to be discussing the ins and outs of this deck so that way you can perhaps pick up and play this deck. I don't think this deck was going to be anything beyond tier 2, but I think it's very fun for newer players who want to get into the competitive scene and want to learn how to link summon, and it also teaches you very well about how to link climb and all of that other sort of shenanigans and how to stun your opponent or OTK your opponent. So without any further ado, let us just jump right into it. So the first cards that we got here are Kaijus. We've got one Dogoran, two Gameciel, and one Kumungous. You can play any Kaiju that you want. I chose this specific ratio because Dogoran is just an overall good 3000 beat stick card that you can just slam on your opponent to gain for your monsters to gain extra attack points. And Gameciel and Kumungous here are facilitating FTKs and everything. And if anything goes wrong, they're easy cards to get over. So that's always that. 2 World Legacy World Crown. This is very standard. The effect of this card doesn't matter that much. You're going to be mainly just special summoning this card from your hand to gain an extra 2k attack. It's not that particularly great, but you play 2 of it because you can just special summon it for free. 3 Maximus, 3 Draco, 2 Leonis, 3 Arboria, and 3 Reclusia. Maximus basically doubles the damage of all of your Crusadia monsters, and it can special summon itself in defense position. Draco searches Crusadia spells. Crusadia adds a Crusadia card from the graveyard to your hand. Leonis does piercing. It's not that important. Arboria protects your monsters from destruction once. And Reclusia is a kind of a 2-pronged attack sort of effect where it tributes, where you could destroy a Crusadia card you control and then destroy another card your opponent controls. It's a really good way to out Rivalry of the Warlords or Gozen match if you're playing against something like that. So it's really good in that aspect. All of these are integral to the combo to getting a Maximus out turn 1. You could do it with any of these cards realistically, but there are specific combos that you want to see more often than others. And then we're going to see 3. Then you want to play 3 Ash and 2 Droll. You can even switch these up from 3 Droll to 2 Ash. It's really kind of just a simple hand trap thing. So you play 2 Instant Fusion. This is used to summon Millennium-Eyes Restrict or Thousand-Eyes Restrict. Nothing more. 1 Monster Reborn and 2 World Legacy Succession. These are just your combo extenders. Pretty good. 3 Call by the Grave. This is the one card that you kind of changed out for Crusadia Power. Originally, you would just play 2 Crusadia Power because Call by the Grave was at 2, but now that Call by the Grave is at 3, you can really cut this card. This card in and of itself is pretty good. It protects your monsters from Crusadia or by card effects other than other Crusadia cards, so that's pretty neat. Dragged from the Grave lets you do great Call by the Grave stuff. Crusadia Revival. This card is good. This card is really good because it allows you to attack all your opponent's monsters once each, and it gains them 500 attack. For the most part, you only want to play one of this card because it's not that great, it's not that impactful, and it's actually the only thing. It's actually the end piece of your combo. So, and even if it gets MST'd or something like that, it's not that big of a deal. So. 3 Black Garden. This is where I kind of wanted to start the discussion after the deck profile, so we'll just go in from that later on. But this card's really good. 1 Vanguard. This card allows you to basically make any of your Crusadia cards float. Krawler, Crusadia Krawler. This is kind of like one of your combo extenders. If you're behind a little bit, you just give your random Crusadia Link monster an extra 300 attack boost, and you get to search a World Legacy card. So that's pretty cool. Most of the time you'll go with Succession, but sometimes Crown is necessary. So on to the extra deck, we play 3 Magius, 1 Spatha, 2 Regulux, 1 Knightmare Cerberus, 1 Knightmare Phoenix, 2 Equimax, 1 Unicorn, 1 Trisbaena, 1 FA Dragster, 1 Millennium-Eyes, and 1 Thousand-Eyes. Not in this order, but you know what I mean. Magius searches a Crusadia monster when a card is summoned to its zone. Regulux summons adds a spell, and this is your One Punch Man, big boss guy that also negates cards, so it's pretty cool. You play Trisbaena if you're going against some like Altergeist or something that's really back row heavy, because if you just sit on this card, you activate or you summon anything. It's kind of what Krawler is also here for. If you happen to search Krawler and you're in kind of a bad position, or you didn't actually expect to go into your proper combos to make Equimax, you could just sit on this card, and if your opponent goes like set 5, if you're playing like Altergeist, you set 5, and then you go, oh hey, Krawler, blow up your entire card, and you also get a Search War Legacy card, so it's also pretty good in that regard. And you burn them, so it's cool. It also banishes those cards, so your opponent can't recur them. So on to the combos themselves. The main combo is for Black Garden is it summons plant monsters or it summons plant tokens to your opponent's side of the field every time a card is summoned at all. It also works on your opponent's side of the field. So if they summon a card, it halves their monster's attack and then summons up a token for your side of the field. Not that that's too relevant, but sometimes it matters in like I guess long term, and you can actually play a really good grinding game with this card if you need to. But your ideal combo is that you want to open up with Black Garden and either Arboria or Maximus. With Maximus, you will activate Black Garden first. With Arboria, you'll activate Black Garden second. So the combo goes, let's say we opened up, hold on, let's actually shuffle. Okay, this is actually a very good way we can combo this out. So we open up with Black Garden and Arboria. You summon Arboria first, because if you do this incorrectly, you won't be able to do anything with Arboria. So you go normal summon Arboria, activate Black Garden, then you'll link away your Arboria to summon Magius. Then Magius will get its attack halved, and then summon a token. Then you'll destroy your Black Garden to special summon Arboria that you just added, or that you just sent for the link summon, and then you'll get an extra search for the monster, and then you get to summon like True Draco, and you go on your typical Crusadia play shenanigans. It's very easy to understand. Alternatively, if we open up with Maximus here, you activate Black Garden, you normal summon Maximus, and you do your typical link summoning shenanigan with Magius. Now, what you could do is you pop Black Garden, and then you pop all the tokens on your opponent's side of the field, special summon Maximus to the zone Magius is pointing to, and then you get to search free card. Then you go into your regular Crusadia shenanigans. It's very simple. It's very easy to play, and I think this is one of the decks that kind of benefited from the ban list. For the most part, I think it's, like I said, it's not going to be very meta defining. It's not going to be tier 1 by any stretch of the imagination. But if you're a new player, this deck is relatively cheap, and I would actually highly recommend that you pick up this deck. I think the only the most expensive card in this set or in this deck is actually Successions. Most of the deck is are obviously, other than obvious hand traps, but I mean if you can actually not play hand trap, these particular hand traps, but other hand traps for the time being. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I will have the deck list in the description, so if you guys wanted to check that out and play with it and test with it as you want, please feel free to do so. This has been Thousand-Eyes, signing out.